All right. What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So Game 5 is in the books, and the Miami Heat beat the shit out of the Philadelphia 76ers, 120 to 85. I believe they said this was the second biggest margin of victory ever for the Miami Heat in a game in the playoffs. Miami wins a crucial Game 5, as they have alluded to during the broadcast. Whoever wins Game 5 in playoff series hold a historic edge 83% of the time. The team that wins Game 5 ultimately goes on to win the series. Of course, there are exceptions. The Houston Rockets, of course, back in 2018 had a 3-2 lead against Golden State. That was also the game that Chris Paul went down with that hamstring injury, which made him unavailable for the last couple of games. And Golden State went on to win the next two games, including Game 7, when the Rockets went 0 for 27 for 3 during one stretch during the game. Another game where a 3-2 lead was not held, 1994 NBA Finals. The Knicks won Game 5, had a 3-2 lead. The Rockets went on to win the next two games, including Elijah Wan's game-saving block, potentially game-saving block of John Starks in Game 6 of that series. And another series that comes to mind, although there are several others, is 2010 NBA Finals. The Boston Celtics had a 3-2 lead, only to lose two games in a row to the Los Angeles Lakers. But it does not happen often. And the way that the 76ers are flailing around, I wouldn't be surprised if Miami wins this in Game 6. Jimmy Butler, I believe, led the Miami Heat. Let's look at the scores. Jimmy Butler led the Miami Heat with 23 points. He also had 8 rebounds and 6 assists. It was a balanced attack for this team. Bam Adebayo, 12 points, 7 rebounds, much better than his 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 turnovers in Game 4. PJ Tucker had 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists. Vincent, 15 points and 5 rebounds. Strauss had 19 points and 10 rebounds. Tyler Hero, a quiet game for him, 10 points. Victor Oladipo, 13 points in 18 minutes of play. Duncan Robinson, who has not been getting a lot of minutes in this series, had 4 points. And you look at the Philadelphia 76ers, their two best players had to have big games, especially with this game being on the road. I agree with Charles Barkley's assessment that, um, when it comes to Joel Embiid, I think he's thinking too much about, and I think he's sulking over the fact that he didn't get that MVP award. I do. I think he's sulking about it. He's a Look, man. Joel Embiid is a nice guy and all that, man, but he's a bit of a fucking emotional dude, a crybaby and shit. And I think he's sulking over that shit. And as a result, he kind of has this, I don't want to play no more. Shoot. Well, I play hard and I don't get rewarded, so I ain't going out here and playing. I kind of get that vibe from him tonight. You know, James Harden, I keep trying to tell people, man, he's good for a 30-point game every 6 weeks. Right back to his normal ways. 14 points. I think he might have had 8 assists. No, 4 assists, 6 rebounds, middling numbers. I believe he had 5 turnovers also. It's funny how James Harden has now, what is the count for him? 47 turnovers in the playoffs. But it don't matter with him. You notice that? Nobody's counting his turnovers. Nobody's counting his. But anyway, it's funny. I'm gonna do a video about him on Too Raw for Sports, so you better believe it. But that's it. I think Philly's gonna lose this series, and once again, a Doc Rivers team is gonna lose in the second round of playoffs. This is not on Doc. It's not. But this is also why I don't think Doc Rivers is a top 15 all time coach. Top 30, 35, yeah, I definitely agree with that. Top 15, top 10, no. No, he's not top. He's not that great a coach. He's a really good coach, but not all time great. But that's it, man. I think Philly has maybe two more games left, maybe one, and that's it. You know. Let's see what Tyrese Maxey did. I don't even think Tyrese Maxey had his known performance. The Sixers just look listless out there, man. Like, yeah, 9 points in 32 minutes. That's not a typical Tyrese Maxey game. Tobias Harris 12 points. Yeah. They just didn't have the energy out there today, man. And I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was, but you gotta. I'm sorry, but you know what? Now that I think about it, you kind of gotta blame the coach a little bit on this one, man. I'm sorry. Kind of got to put a little bit of this on Doc because you can't have your team coming out there on the road in a pivotal game like this and not show effort, not bring that bright dynamic. Man. What the fuck is the point? I understand the players are out there playing, but the coach got to do something. The coach has to do something to instill something in his players to recognize the situation. I mean, and I don't know what is up with. One thing I'm noticing with Doc a little bit is he's a great coach, man, but it seems like sometimes his players, I don't know what is going on. I don't know whether his players sometimes just don't respond to him or I don't know what it is. Like I noticed when he was in LA, the Clippers, some games they just didn't look like they were responding to Doc. Like I don't know what the fuck it was, man. But I don't know. I don't know. There's some other shit going on. I think a lot of it, like I said, had to do with the fact that Joel Embiid just a combination of him not winning an MVP award, him hurting, him sulking, and him feeling sorry for himself, self pity, and just not into it mentally tonight, man. I think he just wasn't. He just ain't really. He really ain't playing. Maybe he just didn't feel like playing. I don't know what the fuck it was, but the rest of the team followed, and this is why after what I just said about Doc, this is also why a lot of people are not sold on Joel Embiid because there's still some there's still a lot of shit about him, man, that needs to grow up. A lot of players have had awesome seasons and they didn't get the MVP award and they thought they should have. Look, Charles Barkley probably should have won MVP in 1990 over Magic Johnson. That might have been why Charles Barkley brought that up. Charles Barkley should have won MVP in 1990 over Magic Johnson, but he didn't get it. It was really, really close, but he didn't get it. And I'm pretty sure Charles Barkley in his mind was saying, look, man, I'm playing with all these goddamn bums on my team. Magic got James Worthy. Magic got such and such. Magic got, Kareem was gone then. Magic got, uh, you know, all these players, and I'm playing with nobodies. And, you know, what the fuck I got to do? But at the end of the day, you still got to go out there and play. You still got to go there and compete. Fuck the award. Fuck those people. The media will give you your fucking props. Olajuwon didn't get it one year, and everybody knew he should have won it. Nobody remembers that David Robinson won an MVP award in '95. What everybody remembers is how Olajuwon fucking murdered his ass in the Western Conference Finals. We all remember that shit. A lot of us forget that David Robinson won an MVP award. So at the end of the day, man, Joel Embiid is on you as well, bro. And James Harden, I'm gonna flambe roast your ass on the other channel because you do what you always do. When the team needs you the most, a critical game 5 on the road,